Howdy y'all, Big Anklevich here, podcaster, author, and carnivore, and it is Monday, March 4th, 2024, and this is my video for week 40 of my journey to Wonderland using beef, butter, bacon, and eggs carnivore and alternate day fasting. So how did this week go? How did things progress? Well, let's check it out. Let's go jump into those daily videos here on Big Anklevich on health. Okay, it is Monday morning. Let's see what we got for ketones. 1.0, it's not too bad. It's pretty good for a non-fasting morning. And 91. Put those together and it gives me a Dr. Boz ratio of 91, which is higher than I want it to be, but not the worst thing ever. It'll be better tomorrow. Okay, I am fasting today, so not much to talk about. I'm still doing my usual walks, although I don't do them for quite as long. I do them every half hour still, just I don't walk for as long, just so I don't get fired, you know. Want to be away from my desk too much. But yeah, things are going well. We'll see what kind of ketones I get this time. Okay, it is Tuesday. Let's see what my numbers are today. .8, that's a pretty good number. And 75. That means my Dr. Boz ratio is 26. So it was eaten today. I finished up my fast. It was a shorter, smaller fast, only about 38 hours this time. And I don't know, that was fine by me. My numbers were pretty good, so that was good. And I had myself more of the same stuff. I had some roast, finished off the roast that I've been working on, and a big helping of fat trimmings that were from pigs this time. It was pork fat trimmings this time around, which was wonderfully tasty. I enjoyed them thoroughly. I took care because I have a tendency to burn them a little bit. I'll put them in to the air fryer and walk away and forget about them, and they get a little bit burned. They're still good, but if they're not totally fried, they're even better. So that's what I tried to watch out for today. And I got my eating in really early this morning. And as usual, when you eat fat, you just get stuffed. You're just so full when you're eating fat trimmings. I think it's really good for weight loss, but it may well also be trouble because I don't know if the roast that I ate is enough protein to last me for another fast, which I have already started. Have I eaten enough? I don't know. I don't want to be losing muscle, so I worry about that. I did force myself to eat 6 eggs. They don't have the good eggs at Sam's Club anymore, which is sad to me. They had them for a while. You could get a dozen and a half, 18 eggs for, I believe it was $4.99, which is a great price considering that at the regular grocery store you get a dozen of them for $5.99. So you got 6 more and paid less for it. So I'm pretty sad that they don't have those anymore. But I went to the regular store and paid the higher price and got myself some good eggs because I'm just not happy with the non-pasture raised eggs. So I got the pasture raised eggs. I ate 6 of them. I've kind of forced myself to eat them. Luckily, eggs aren't too dense or anything, so it's not that difficult. But I just wanted to make sure that I had enough food before I go on to another 40-hour fast, which I have started. And tomorrow my numbers will be down. Hopefully, maybe they won't be down quite as far. Maybe they won't go all the way over 100 again. We'll see. See if I can get that maybe a little under control, or maybe that's just not a thing anymore. That's the one thing that I think about, is that, you know, your body's smart. It's not going to waste its effort. So once it gets used to you doing a lot of carnivore diet, it lowers down the ketones to right where it can eke past and not be any worse. So you really got to kick it in the tail to get it to give you high ketones and get you into deep autophagy. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing a lot of fasting this week, and we're going to see just how that works, what it does for me. But it's been fun, and I'm going to keep at it. Okay, it is Wednesday. What do we got for Wednesday? Let's see if I can get under 100. 1.9. That's a really good number. And 74. That's going to be definitely under 100. That gives me a Dr. Boz ratio of 38. That's pretty darn good for a non-fasting day. Just fasting today, so got no food to report on. There's nothing going on there. Still doing my regular little walks, and I don't know. I'm hoping that I'm not fasting too much. This week I'm kind of going all in on the fasting. I finished up the week last week fasting, and rather than usually, I have 2 days on my weekends where I eat full, amounts. Just to make up for all the fasting that I do during the week. But this time around, I've decided to skip that, and I'm just going straight on through. I'm going to do 5 straight fasts with only 1 day in between. And we shall see. Is that too much? My guess is it probably is, but I guess I'll find out, and we'll see what happens. And look forward to that. Okay, it is Thursday, and on Thursday I have what? 3.7. That is a great number. After another fast, just about to finish that fast up. And 66. That gives me a Dr. Boz ratio of 17. Okay, I finished up my fast at about 43 hours today, and then I had myself eggs and fat trimmings, and I had a couple of pounds of hamburger. I was annoyed with the hamburger because I put it in the fridge to defrost, but it hadn't been in there long enough. It hadn't defrosted at all. It was basically frozen. So I had to cook it frozen, and it was in a giant log. So I had to sit there and stick it on the heat, and then some of it would cook, and I would scrape those bits off, and then it would cook the next layer down. It was a long, stupid process, that's for sure. So eventually I did get food though, so I am totally stuffed from my big meals, and now I'm back fasting again. This will be my last fast of the week, so we'll see what that all does. But I'm getting really good numbers now, even on the times when I'm not fasting, so I'm pretty excited about that. Okay, it is Friday. What do we got on Friday? 2.2. It's pretty good. And 90. That gives me a Dr. Boz ratio of 40. Okay, fasting again, and this is my last fasting day until, I don't think I'll do another one until probably next Thursday. So this is it. Did all these heavy fasting all together, and I mean, it's done some big difference for me, because I've got a bunch of really good Dr. Boz ratios. Even on the days when I have eaten, I stayed down all the way down at 40, which is really good. We'll see if that keeps up after I go back to eating more regularly, eating, regular 1 meal a day kind of a routine. I don't know, we'll see, but one way or another, it's pretty cool. Okay, it is Saturday morning. Let's see what we got for the numbers. 3.0 for the ketones. That's a good number. And the 72. That gives me a Dr. Boz ratio of 24. Okay, so I finished up my last fast this morning at 42 hours. Won't fast again until next Thursday. So got a little time of eating and replenishing, and we'll see what that does. My numbers have been good even on days that I'm not fasting. So that is what I was looking for. I kept shooting up past 100 every time I stopped fasting. Maybe I'll go back to that now that I'm not fasting every other day. We'll see. But it's been good. I broke my fast with some roast. I put a chuck roast into the crock pot last night when I went to bed, and it was ready in the morning. And I had that along with 6 eggs, and that was my meal for the morning. And then later, I had myself some fat trimmings that I cooked up as deep fat fries, as I like to call them. And those were great. I ran out to H-E-B this morning and got them from the butcher. I've just been talking to the butcher recently, and last time I went, yesterday actually, they didn't have any. I mean, they had some, but I guess they'd already put them in the garbage can, so they couldn't give them to me anymore. But I mentioned that I wanted some the next day, and they said, okay, we'll set it aside for you. And so when I came this morning, I had 10 pounds of fat trimmings for me. So that'll take me about a week, probably be until next Thursday when I finally finish all that up, have a bunch of it each day. And yeah, just keep going on that. Okay, it is Sunday. What kind of numbers do we get for Sunday? 1.4. It's pretty good after a fast is over. And 85. That gives me a Dr. Boz ratio of 60. So I basically ate the same stuff today as I did yesterday. I ate more roast, more eggs, and more fat trimmings, and that was the same food that I had today, and that was all I was doing. Ate that early in the morning, and then just was happy with that from there. And we'll see what kind of numbers I get from it and how I can keep going. But I would say that, you know, I did pretty well. I may have fasted too much this week. We'll have to see. Okay, the week has come to an end, and it was a little bit of a crazy week. I decided to go all in on fasting and see just what would happen. So starting all the way back last week, I fasted on Thursday, then on Saturday, then on Monday, then on Wednesday, and then again on Friday. So it was 5 straight 40-hour fasts without an extra couple days to refeed, refuel, recharge, whatever you want to call it in between. Usually that's what I've done when I've done lots of alternate day fasting. I would do 3 days a week, with the weekends being just, you know, 2 meals a day type days, eat fully type days. And I don't know if that was a good idea, what I did. I'm not so sure that it worked out the way I wanted it to. One thing that I always heard way back when I first started trying to do alternate day fasting was that you shouldn't overdo it. Doing 3 days a week, most people I think would say I was overdoing it. But doing it 5 days in a row, I'm guaranteeing that everybody would say that's overdoing it. So, you know, the worry is that you'll kick your body into that mode where it's like, holy crap, it's famine time. We need to down-regulate everything, lower the metabolism, shut everything down so we can survive this famine. Because if you do that, you're not going to lose weight. You're going to stop losing weight. And I'm worried it's possible I might have done something like that. I'm hoping that having only done it for 1 week, that it'll be fine now that I'm going back to my normal routine, and I will be eating. I'm not going to fast again until Thursday. So I'll eat plenty between now and then, and hopefully that will be enough to tell my body, okay, not famine. No, we're okay. We're fine. Keep losing that weight. We can get rid of it, because that's what I want to do. Why? Well, let's see what the results were this week and see why it would be so cool to keep that weight loss coming. Because last week, after a couple of weeks being back from vacation, I managed to get myself all the way down to 212.3 as my average weight for the week. And that had been a struggle to get all the way down to that, but I made it, and it seemed like it would be likely that I wouldn't go down much more. But what did I get to this week? What is my average for this week? It is 209.5. So that's a pretty good result. I'm most excited about the fact that I am down into the zeros. I've made it under 10. You know what that means? That means there's no more 10s to go until I make it to Wonderland. I could be in Wonderland so soon. And it's so exciting. So exciting, because it's been years. The first time I did this journey to Wonderland, before I failed miserably and fell on my face and gained all the weight back, I got all really close to this as well. And that was in 2019. It's now 2024. So for 5 years, I've been wanting to get to Wonderland. And now, oh, it's so close, I can see it. I can smell the flowers in the breeze, the flowers of Wonderland. They're so close, I can smell them. So it's pretty exciting to be down that low. So that means that I lost 2.8 pounds this week. And altogether, I am now down 80.3 pounds. That's another 10 that I ticked over. Out of the 70s and into the 80s, I've lost 80 pounds. I used to weigh 290. Now I weigh 210, although I actually used to weigh 289.8. Now I weigh 209.5. So it's pretty exciting. I'm pretty stoked, and we're going to keep on moving on. I'm going to go back to a more regular pace just to make sure that I don't screw myself up. But I think we'll be fine. And I'm excited about what the future is going to bring. Sometime soon here, when I do hit Wonderland, I'm going to really ramp up the exercise after that. I've kind of got a lot of, skin now that's a little loose. It used to have a bunch of fat in there to hold in, and it doesn't anymore. And, obviously one thing I want that to do is just go away. That's one of the main reasons why I'm trying to keep my autophagy numbers up. But I wouldn't mind filling that skin with some muscles to make it look even better. So once I get into Wonderland, that's going to be the next stage. It's going to be still eating carnivore, but then we're going to kick in to some good weightlifting and exercising, see if we can build up that muscle at all. So I guess that's something to look forward. Watch this space and see my muscles grow. All right. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching Big Anklovich on health.